What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. My man, Massimiliano Allegri, he has a dream. Is that dream good for you? Is it good for me? We'll talk about it. It all comes down to the signings in the Mercado. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconerizonechannel. My name is Justin Sofro. Today it's Monday, May 9th, 2022, and of course I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news that you care about each and every day, hopefully as quickly as possible, but you know I'm long-winded. Before we do anything, guys, let's go ahead and like that video, just like it, it'll helps, just think about the algorithm. If you want this to continue to grow, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Let's jump into it. Let's get into the news that we have for you for today. We started off, before we get to the dreams, before we get to my man's dreams, let's start it off with talking about the updates regarding Paul Pogba. It seems to be high that his news, the latest updates regarding him, have been, they heated up within the last few days. That's what I'm trying to say. I was about to say Davide. David Ornstein. That's a little bit more. That's a little less paisan, if you will. David Ornstein reports about Pogba saying that he will not be joining Man City. He seriously considered the offer, but opted against it. He favors the whole packages at another club, which involve. It's early, guys. It's not really that early. Let's not kid ourselves. Just tongue twisters, right? Which involve Juve, PSG, and Real Madrid. They all currently are the main contenders for the services of Paul Pogba. No final decision has been made as of yet. Going off of that, let's continue. And Nico Skriniar just kind of confirms. He says, "Not so fast, David. One of those shouldn't even be there." And what he says there is that there are only two ways for Paul Pogba forward: PSG and Juventus, which are both interested in signing the French midfielder as a free agent. Despite the rumors, Pogba will not join Man City. There will be Paris or there will be Turin in his future. So we'll see what happens there. Does he go to Turin or does he go to back to Paris, to his home country? Both are home, right? I guess both of them are home for Paul Pogba. The Real Madrid one was a little bit interesting there, but it seems like that's not even that's a non-starter story overall. At least that's what it seems right now. But will he come to Juventus? A lot of things seem to be swinging that way. One of the things I didn't really talk about yesterday, one of the things that are important to talk about, is Paul Pogba. The latest Paul Pogba, the latest iteration of him. He's got injury issues. Is he playing at the level that we really expect him to be? I think I said a little bit. He's not, 2015, whatever, Paul Pogba. He's not that guy. But at the same time, he's still a world-class player and would be miles and miles ahead of what we have really in the midfield. But to me, that still doesn't move him ahead of Milinkovic-Savic. Milinkovic-Savic has got to be your go-to target. You make him say no, or you make Latito, whatever, say no 1,000 times before you move on to your next guy. Not that this guy wouldn't be amazing. Again, he would be. But at the same time, let's see what we can get first before that. All right, let's continue on. Moving on from Paul Pogba to our man Max Allegri. What are his dream signings? Some of them may surprise you, given I think some of your all strained relationship with the current coach of Juventus. Tutto Sports reporting that Max Allegri's dream signings are set. Juve's market next year will be influenced by the tactical needs and dreams of Max Allegri, who you think, oh no, I know how he is attacking, I know how it is, all that, and you're probably reading ahead of me, and you're being spoiled by it. Whatever, it's fine. I don't know why I'm trying to lead into it when you can just read it right next to me. It said Max Allegri, who is working hand in hand with the directors for the new Juventus. Among the dreams, two are known. They are Di Maria and Milinkovic-Savic. And I think anybody hearing that will breathe a sigh of relief that it's not some no-name player, some less than valued player by, I think, a lot of fans. Obviously, Milinkovic-Savic would be a dream for a lot of fans, would be a dream for Allegri. If you can get it done, bring him in, get this one done as soon as possible, lock it up. Then Di Maria, while Di Maria may not be as universally, I was adding an H in there, universally loved by all the fans as, the likes of Milinkovic-Savic, Di Maria is still another top tier get, and I think a lot of people would be happy with him bringing his services to Juventus, spelling a little bit of that time with Paulo Dybala leaving, and then also maybe potentially giving a little bit of tutelage to that of the likes of Matthias Sule. Those would be good. You won me over. If those are the ones you want, I'm full steam ahead. Let's go get these players and let's get them now. One of the things though to go along with that is part of me wondered. I thought some people may think, you never know with Allegri the way his penchant to not have a high scoring electric offense and attack at all. How will that work out? Will that stifle either of these players? I would hope not. I don't. I think a lot of this just has to do with Juventus just haven't had creative midfielders, and when you have a guy like Milinkovic-Savic, when you're changing your midfield overall to bring in Milinkovic-Savic, to bring in even maybe potentially a Pogba, I don't think both of those together, obviously either or, and then you put them alongside Locatelli, and then you also have the other Zakaria player like that. You're not playing with the Rabios, you're not playing with the players like that who are scared to enter into that final third of the pitch there to try to even get into an attacking formation. All right, let's move it on though, because there's another dream he has, which maybe a little bit more, I don't want to say controversial, but maybe some of you may dislike it a little bit more than you do like that of Di Maria and Milinkovic-Savic, and that is Allegri's dream is, Tuto Sports continue to report, is to reinforce the defensive department remains Milan Skriniar of Inter. Of course, it is very difficult to get him, but the renewal that has been delayed leaves some hope open for Juve. I won't go into too many of the specifics of the player. Most of you know the player very well by now. Personally, this is just my personal opinion. That's what we do on the channel. We give our personal opinion after the thing. A lot of times you guys say I'm wrong. For some reason, you guys just aren't believers in Big Z. It's not a Big Z show today, though. But Milan Skriniar, overall, I think when it comes to that player, it's do we need to go down a path? Do we need to go down the Inter path? Do we need to do the thing that Inter are trying to do with Paulo Dybala and take their man right out from under them? Do we even need to worry about that? Or should it be, take your table. Do we need their table straps? Is that what I'm saying? Not that Juventus had never taken before, but at the same time, do we need that right now? There's other good options. I think personally, if I'm Juventus, I'd go for somebody who seems like a young up and comer, who seems like would be a great get, and you'd still be stealing them from Inter, and it'd be that of Bremer. If you can get Bremer at Torino, I think that would be a great, massive. I think it would be a really well done masterclass, if you will, to do that. Take it from Inter, have a great player to come in. To me, that would be the masterclass of masterclasses that Arriva Bene and Cherubini could pull off in the Mercado. Let me know your thoughts on Milan Skriniar. Would you take him just as like a, gut punch over there to Inter? No, it's a Inter Milano. That's what it is right now. Sorry. All right. Let's continue on. The next story of the day is that of Bernardeschi. We're back with Bernardeschi, and he's still hoping. Calcio Mercato are reporting that in recent days, Bernardeschi has been approached by the likes of Lazio. However, there are no negotiations between the club and the player. In the next few days, new contracts with Juventus, or new contacts, not contracts, let's not get ahead of ourselves, with Juventus are expected in order to reach a final decision on the renewal. As we've heard lately, it's been more it U-turned. For the longest time, it felt like Bernardeschi, it ain't happening, he's gone. Arrivederci, good luck, but we'll see you next time. Whatever it is, and then all of a sudden, the small fire started getting stoked and started telling you, hey, Bernardeschi might be coming back. Hey, you might be stuck with this. Let's not kid ourselves. Kind of massive failure for another year or two. So we'll see what happens. Bernardeschi may end up coming back to Juventus, but maybe Lazio open the door and maybe he'll walk right through that, and then we can all just breathe a sigh of relief, if you will. I know it's not nice the way I'm saying this about Bernardeschi, but I'm just being honest. I'm being frank when it comes to this, and a renewal of him, I do not think it's a good one. I know there's a lot of people out there that'll argue against me and say that Bernardeschi can do so many things. He's a jack of all trades. Guess what? He's a jack of all trades, master of none. And when I say he's a jack of all trades, he knows the very basic line of how to do everything. He doesn't do it good. He doesn't do it great. He doesn't do it good. He doesn't even do it well. And I know good or well are kind of thrown together, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, I think what's the word I'm trying to really use here? I'm trying to use it nice, or as nice as possible as I can be when it comes to Bernardeschi. But when you have a player that's just mediocre at everything, that's not a bonus. That's not a bonus for Juventus to retain this player. So I'm sorry, Bernardeschi guys. It's time to move on. I have the Bernardeschi shirt. It's over there, somewhere over here. We move things around. It's over there in the back wall. I have a Bernardeschi shirt. I know. So I'm not just a Bernardeschi hater, but it's time to move on. So move on. Let's continue. Next up, we got to talk about our boy Nicolo Fagioli. He had some comments to Tuto Sport talking about his future and what will happen there. First up, he says, Juventus is my dream, and there's time to talk to the management. Miretti is a good son. for all of us. I'm going to take each of these piece by piece when I'm responding. Mainly, I at least will take this first one piece by piece, because when I first saw this, I read it a little bit differently than the way he did, where I was just kind of saying, Miretti, is that a good sign for you? I know it's a young player that's getting utilized, but to me, I almost view it as Miretti's your competition. Like, if we're being honest, I feel like Miretti is your competition, and he's getting, he's getting worked in there right now and looking pretty good. Like, I'll be honest, he looked better than most of our midfielders out there. So I don't know. Maybe it is good for Fagioli. Maybe you could have Miretti and Fagioli. I'd be here for that. I still want to get a top tier midfielder, regardless. I think I saw a comment. And no offense to my guy, I appreciate your comments. I saw you say something about let's just let's focus on the other aspects, the center backs, the left back, whatever, and not a midfielder. No, you need a top midfielder. If you're Juventus, you need to get a top midfielder. You need somebody who's going to bring a spark and light a fire under the ass of this team, because that's your problem. That's why Vlahovic is struggling. That's why. And I got to give credit to another guy. This is not my take. Well, it was my take, but another guy put the take out there on our comment section before, and I apologize. I forget the name. Biggie. I forget. I forget exactly who it was. So I apologize if I missed it. You're probably in our chat a lot. I do apologize. But the take was basically maybe Moise Kean. Is he not that bad? Maybe the reason he's so bad this year is because of our midfield. Look what's happening with Vlahovic, a world-class striker, a world-class center forward who should be, who was putting up numbers at Fiorentina, and then he comes to Juventus, scores two quick ones early on, or a couple quick ones early on, and then has been kind of quiet as of late. Well, maybe it's not the attackers. Maybe it's not even Moise Kean's full fault. Well, okay. Let's not kid ourselves. Moise Kean had 4 or 5 goals, 6 goals even, that he could have had the other game. It's his fault. It is his fault. But maybe some of that nervousness, some of that is built because they're not getting the help that they need. The last game kind of contradicts everything in my argument. Anyway, it is what it is, right? Let's continue on. He goes on to say, I look up to Luka Modric, which of course would be a fantastic, fantastic player to look up to. Physically, they look similar, and then I can see that as well. It's my dream to become the Modric of Juventus. Let's see what would happen. Hey, I'd be all here for that. You know that, buddy. We even had a conversation earlier this month where we talked about, would you take, or maybe it was last month, would you take Modric at Juventus? And at this point, yeah, he's better than anybody that Juventus has. So yeah, if Nicolo Fagioli can become the Modric of the Italian Modric, come on here, my boy. All right. And then he says, playing with Miretti, it would be great. We both grew up in the youth sector. Having said that, there's so many champions at Juve, and it's not easy to find space. It must be our ambition. Miretti playing as a starter is a good sign for all of us. So, again, I can't really rehash that because I already said what I thought about them playing together. I believe them currently more competition against each other than they are maybe really looking at playing alongside each other. But if they can, that would be fantastic. Could you imagine if Juventus actually did have 2 players that kind of came up through the youth system and become solid, maybe top level Zodi players for the Italian national team, as well as top level midfielders for Juventus? It'd be a dream. I know that's exactly what it is. So it's a dream right now. We'll see. So hopefully he does. Hopefully he does end up coming back to Juventus. I mean, it depends. Whatever you want. I'm torn when it comes to Fagioli. I like Fagioli, but at the same time, I want what's best for Juventus first. And then, last news report of the day is Corriere dello Sport talking about the Coppa Italia, saying that winning the Coppa Italia for Juventus also means getting close to 9.5 million euros. So, nice little bonus there. It's life-changing for somebody like, you or me, probably. Most people watching this, if you're one of the people that's not life-changing, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd like to tell you how you could invest in our company, in our channel, in our company, and how we could definitely help you out here as well. So if that's not life-changing money to you, you let me know in the comment section down below. The DMs are open as well on Twitter at Justin Sofro. Anyway, but back on track, being serious, 9.5 million euros. For a club like Juventus, it's not, earth-shattering. It's good money, but it's not world-changing. Just like moving up for 4th and 3rd, just like 2 to 3 million euros, it's not world-changing. Yeah, you could maybe put it towards something in the Mercado. Maybe you could use that on renewing Bernardeschi or something like that. But still, any money is good money, and you want Juventus to win. So hopefully they'll have that extra 9.5 million euros when they wrap up the season here in a week or so. Well, actually, the game's on Wednesday, so I'm not wrapping up the season, but you know what I'm saying. All right, guys, and that'll do it for today's episode of the Daily News. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. As always, if you haven't already, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of your videos. Like I say in our daily lives, make sure you go to grandma, smack her up a little bit, take her phone, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I say that all in jest. It's a joke. Don't actually assault your grandmother. It was just Mother's Day yesterday. But what I'm saying is just take her phone, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, have her tune into the Bianconeri Zone. She can join our community that we have here as well. Make sure you follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter as well. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri.